Hello everyone, this is God from Region 618, and welcome to Archipelago Raid Part 2. Right now, we're facing off against the Red Legion, and the battle is about to begin. So, what are we waiting for?
We'll put their name to the test.
We launched a rally on the Red Legion's tower right away while securing control of the field. By controlling the battlefield, we made it much harder for them to refill and reinforce their tower. This is our way of showing how active, fearless, and committed our Legion is. We came to Archipelago Raid G30 to fight, and we're giving the Red Legion the battle they deserve. We hope they'll do the same and meet us head on. To us, a true warrior doesn't show gayness from battle. They fight with courage, determination, and honor, no matter the outcome is. Based on the Red Legion's performance, they didn't even try to refill or defend their tower. They let it burn almost immediately without testing our rally or putting up a defense. But it is what it is. If they're here just to farm instead of fight, that's their decision. We came to Archipelago Raid to enjoy the battles, compete, and test our strength against other legions, and not to be gay.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women and sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you're gay.
Now, a few players from the Red Legion are finally defending their tower. We're swarming it to bring the battle to a quick end before they can fully reinforce it. Right now, there are only about 8 to 10 players on the front line trying to fight us, which doesn't really make sense. We expected a much stronger defense, especially in a ground 30. Hopefully, more of their members join the fight so we can have the intense battle we've been looking forward to. Red has retreated and gone back to their previous strategy, hit and hide behind their gates. Just like that, our tower war with the Red Legion was over. It lasted only about 10 minutes, which was much faster than we expected. I'm not really sure what Red Legion's plan was. They built towers toward us, but they let it burn without putting up much of a defense. Maybe the Red and Gold Legions never fully coordinated, and that made them hesitate to fight us head on. Keep in mind, this was only day 1, yet the tower war ended almost immediately. We've played a lot of Archipelago raids over the years, and we've never experienced the Legion ending a tower war this quickly without really testing the enemy or trying to push forward. For us, this was a first. Every match is different, but we were hoping for a longer, more competitive battle. Hopefully, the next fights will bring the action and intensity that make Archipelago raids so enjoyable. It's still too early for this whale to get burned. I know he's online, but intentionally getting burned on day 1, just to earn points, isn't the best strategy. Taking massive casualties this early means you'll have a huge number of troops to heal, which also means spending a lot of resources. In the long run, that can be very costly, but everyone has their own tactics, and it is what it is. We'll see if that strategy pays off as the event goes on.
Цель захвачена.
该去办正事儿了。
I guess he saw how massive his casualties were and decided to put up a shield. It wasn't exactly the best plan, but everyone has their own strategy. Meanwhile, on the bottom left side of the map, Gold and our ally, the Blue Legion, have already started their field battles. I'm sure a tower war between them will begin very soon. Watching all the action between Gold and Blue makes me a little jealous. Our battle with the Red Legion lasted only about 10 minutes before they retreated, while Gold and Blue are still enjoying an intense fight, earning plenty of points and competing for better rewards. Hopefully, we'll get another chance to join a long, exciting battle as the event continues. And by the way, if you're looking for an alliance hosting 2-pack minimum for the upcoming District Showdown, you're in luck. We're once again hosting a 2-pack minimum requirement event. If you buy 3 or more packs, you'll receive a 100% rebate of your total donation in our alliance. That means once you've unlocked the 100% rebate by purchasing at least 3 packs, any additional packs you buy during the Monopoly, District Showdown, Cube event, or other eligible events will also be fully rebated back to you. So what are you waiting for? Come to Region 618 and locate the Apex Predator Alliance. Reserve your slot now before it's too late. Last time, our hosting filled up very quickly, and many players who wanted to join were unable to because all the slots were already taken. Don't miss your chance this time. Message me now and reserve your slot before we're full again. Gold has finally started to move. They're building a tower that will connect to the Blue Legion. Just look at how many players they have protecting it. Gold Legion is no joke. They're showing just how strong and active they are on the battlefield. Even so, we're still supporting our ally, the Blue Legion, in the field fights. The battle is only getting bigger, and we're ready to do everything we can to help our allies.
Get out of my way!
Papa, where are we going?
Look at how many players are eager to swarm and take us down. If we get caught, we'll be wiped out instantly. Even though we're strong, we don't stand a chance against multiple T6 players and the whales from the Gold Legion all at once. Our best strategy is to pick them off one by one and reduce their numbers. As you can see, they react quickly and immediately come to support their teammates. Their coordination is impressive. What still surprises me is why the Gold Legion chose to play the way they did on day one. They looked incredibly active on the battlefield, yet they decided not to ally with the Red Legion and instead played the raid on their own.
Get out of my way!
Now Gold is preparing to gather cement by defeating scavengers. Of course, we'll do our best to take down some of their players along the way and inflict casualties whenever we get the opportunity. Every casualty matters. The more troops they have to heal, the more pressure it puts on their legion before they eventually face our ally. So, what are we waiting for? Let's get out there and take them down.
Double kill.
Triple kill! Rampage. 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 Godlike. Monster kill!
The Gold Legion and the Blue Legion's towers are now connected. A massive tower war could begin at any moment. Let's see who will reign supreme in this epic clash. Will the Gold Legion dominate the battlefield, or will the Blue Legion come out on top? The battle is about to begin. We received some important information about why the Red Legion refused to continue fighting us. One of their members told me that their legion had already decided to surrender on day one. I'm not entirely sure why they made that decision, but I think it may have been connected to the alliance situation with the Gold Legion. From what I heard, Gold declined Red's alliance proposal, and because of that, Red believed fighting on Archipelago Ground 30 without any allies wasn't worth it. If that's true, it would explain why they chose not to continue the Tower War. Of course, this is based on what I was told, and only the Red Legion can fully explain the reasons behind their decision.
24 hours later.
Unfortunately, our recording didn't get saved because of a power interruption in our city. During that time, the clash between the Gold Legion and the Blue Legion had already ended. In the end, our ally, the Blue Legion, managed to push the Gold Legion all the way back to their helipad. But look at what happened next. The two legions that many expected to become allies ended up fighting each other instead. Gold Legion versus Red Legion. Instead of forming an alliance, they chose to battle one another, while the Red Legion continued avoiding us. Something about this Archipelago raid feels unusual. We'll gather more information and try to understand what really happened and which decisions led to the way this event unfolded. Let's see what we can uncover as the raid continues. The Tower War between the Red Legion and the Gold Legion has finally started. We also received a tip from a player. According to him, this entire situation was part of Gold Legion's plan from the very beginning. They claimed that Gold intentionally declined Red Legion's alliance proposal and planned to fight both the Red and Blue Legions because Blue had turned down Gold's alliance proposal, while our Legion had already formed an alliance with Blue. If that's true, It's a very unusual strategy. Personally, I've never seen an Archipelago raid play out like this before. This is the first time I've witnessed a situation where Alliance decisions led to this kind of battlefield. Keep in mind, we're on Upper Fearless Ground 30, where most players are experienced veterans who understand how Archipelago raid works. But upon seeing this kind of setup, even in Upper Fearless, Gaze players really do exist. But let's gather more information and see what really happened before drawing our final conclusions. And by the way, we've faced much stronger opponents before on my older account, but we never intentionally surrendered on day one or intentionally ruining the event. Instead, we fought with honor. We stepped onto the battlefield, accepted the challenge, and showed those whales that we weren't gay or afraid to lose. If you've been following my journey, you already know that. We even fought against Nom Nom Nom's account in the Fearless Ground. He was running 5 squads with over 6 million power, a true apex rate whale. We knew from the very beginning that we were outmatched, but we never hid or spent the event farming. Instead, we faced him head-on and fought toe-to-toe. To us, it's better to lose with honor than to lose without dignity as a warrior. Victory isn't the only thing that matters. The courage to stand and fight is what truly defines a warrior.
Day 3.
Archipelago Raid, Day 3. Gold Legion and Red Legion are still fighting each other. Sorry if we weren't able to show much action on Day 3. From what we experienced, the Red Legion avoided fighting us and instead chose to battle the Gold Legion. As a result, we didn't get the battles we were hoping for against them. At this point, it seems both legions are focusing on earning war meets war points rather than challenging us and Blue Legion. Because of that, there hasn't been much opportunity for us to get into the large-scale fights we were expecting. If you're watching, take note all the alliances of both the Gold Legion and the Red Legion. If you ever encounter them in the future, you'll have an idea of how they might approach the event if they feel the map is unbalanced or believe they have little chance of winning. We're still hoping for more action before the event ends, but if not, we'll be saving our resources for the next island raid. I guess the Blue Legion has had enough of everything that's been happening between the Red and Gold Legions. Blue has now moved to the upper left side of the map, where Red and Gold are fighting each other. As for us, we still can't enter that area because the faction phase hasn't started yet. Once the system activates the faction mechanics, I'm sure Red and Gold will be forced to become allies. I'm also not expecting them to fight us once that happens. Based on everything I've seen and the information I've gathered so far, it seems they're choosing not to engage our Legion. That's just my personal opinion, based on what I've observed during this raid. What do you think about the Red and Gold Legions and how they've approached this Archipelago raid? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear your perspective. And now, let's see how our ally, the Blue Legion, will perform. The Blue Legion's entrance into the battlefield, where both the Gold and Red Legions were fighting, gave me the same vibes as Shanks arriving at Marine Ford to stop the war. It was an absolutely badass entrance. The moment Blue arrived, everyone's attention shifted to them. They came in with confidence, ready to change the flow of the battle. That entrance alone was one of the coolest moments of this Archipelago raid. We also have informants from both the Red and Gold Legions regarding everything that's happened in this match. According to members of the Red Legion, they asked the Gold Legion multiple times to become allies. They also said that our alliance with the Blue Legion wasn't the issue, since we had already formed an alliance with Blue. Red's only remaining option was to team up with Gold. However, according to what we were told, Gold declined Red's first alliance proposal. When Red tried again and sent another proposal, they never received any response from Gold. If that's accurate, it helps explain why the alliance never happened. Of course, this is based on information shared with us by members of the Red Legion, so it's one perspective on what happened. So, based on the information we've gathered, it appears that the Gold Legion didn't want to form any alliances in this Archipelago raid and instead chose to play the event on their own and ruin the event. According to the Gold Legion, ego was the main reason why they and the Red Legion couldn't reach an alliance. Personally, though, I'm not sure I agree with that explanation. Based on what we heard from the Red Legion, they approached Gold multiple times in an attempt to fix the situation and form an alliance. If that's accurate, it doesn't seem like they were unwilling to work together. On the other hand, members of the Red Legion claimed that Gold was trying to make themselves look like they weren't responsible for how the situation unfolded. That's their side of the story. At the end of the day, we've now heard perspectives from both sides, and it's up to everyone to decide what they believe. What do you think about this situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Catch me if you can.
The next day.
Archipelago Raid, Day 4. We finally reached the upper left side of the map, where both the Gold and Red Legions have been fighting. But when we arrived, the area was completely quiet. As soon as we got there, no one came to challenge us or start a fight. So, based on what we've seen so far, it seems my prediction was correct. Neither of those two legions intends to engage us after all. We'll keep watching to see if anything changes, but for now, the battlefield remains silent.
Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can.
Papa, where are we going? Papa, where are we going?
Get out of my way. Go.
Find the freshest ingredients.
There's still no movement from either the Red or Gold Legion,
Catch me if you
since there's no resistance. We're taking down the Red Legion's remaining towers and picking off players who are still outside their territory instead of returning to their helipad.
Get out of my way. Catch me if you can.
Please, forgive me for this. Just go here, please.
Get out of my way.
Hold on tight, little one. You'll fall into the soup. Hold on tight, little one. You'll fall into the soup.
Get out of my way.
Hold on tight, little one. You won't fall into the soup.
Catch me if you can.
Don't worry, I'll be there.
Catch me if you can. Catch me if you can.
Hold on tight, little one. You won't fall into the soup.
Hey, get out of my way. Catch me if you can.
Готовы к полету.
Rascals! Has your mum never taught you to respect your elders?
Catch me if you can.
Another careless player to burn. That's another easy target for us.
Catch me if you can. Hey, get out of my way.
Papa, you can do it!
Get out of my way. Hey, get out of my way. Get out of my way. Get out of my way.
Approximately 10 hours later.
Let's go. We must.
Archipelago Raid. Final day. We've finally reached the last day of Archipelago Raid. From our perspective, there wasn't much action between our Legion and the Red or Gold Legions after the early stages of the event. Since there are no more major battles happening, we're just going to relax and enjoy the rest of the event. After all, it's Sunday, And who would say no to an easy Archipelago raid? If you ask me whether I'd like to be matched against these legions again, I'd probably pass. Based on our experience in this match, it didn't lead to the kind of large-scale battles we were hoping for, and the event wasn't as exciting as it could have been. No hate toward anyone. That's simply how this particular Archipelago raid played out from our point of view. And by the way, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you won't miss my future content. Thanks for watching, and I hope you still enjoyed this Archipelago raid, even if it wasn't the most action-packed one. A special shout out to the Renegades Alliance in the Blue Legion. It was an honor fighting alongside you. Wishing you all the best in your future Archipelago raids. See you in the next video. Peace out.